Hi friends. Okay, so today I'm crooked for one. Hold on, let's fix that. So today, well, now I'm like zoomed in so much. There we go. Okay, so today we're going to talk about highlighting and contouring. This is kind of a subject that either you do it or you don't. Either you're really good at it or you have no idea what you're doing. So I'm going to break it down for you as simple and easy as possible. So first up, I love our white concealer. Our white concealer is the best brightening, like instant brightening product, thank you, that we have. So when you're highlighting and contouring, you want to brighten the places that you want to show. Usually underneath your eyes, you want that to be bright and awake looking. If you go dark underneath, you're just going to make yourself look dead and tired. So the first step to highlighting and contouring is light brightens, dark diminishes. So you want to diminish any parts of your face that you don't like. So with that being said, your under eyes, I think, are a tiny, like, the only exception to the rule. But when you're doing your under eye concealer, you want to put it in a small triangle like this under your eye. And I've said this several times in my video before, but you want to do a small triangle under your eye and blend it out all the way up to your temple, all the way up here. What that does is it creates angles and lines and draws the attention away from the bag that's underneath your eye as a temporary fix. Now, if you have extreme bags under your eyes, I recommend our eye cream. So, already my face is starting to look brighter and more awake. Our white concealer is definitely my top 5 product. So after that, I'm going to put on my tinted moisturizer, which this step is not included in the highlighting and contouring, but I wanted to show you that white concealer underneath because I feel like it makes a world of difference having that white underneath. Even though you're covering it up, you can still see how bright that is under there. I'm going to zoom in just a tiny bit. Okay. So we're just blending our tinted moisturizer in. Our tinted moisturizer also has color correcting concealers in it. It has the green in it, so that's going to help that as well. If you missed the coverage video yesterday, you'll want to go back and watch that to see all the different types of coverage that you can get with our tinted moisturizer, our foundations, and our powders. So make sure you go back and watch that. I also talked a little bit about concealers as well. But today we're talking about highlighting and contouring. Okay, so highlighting contouring 101. The ideal face shape for whoever made this rule is oval. So you want to figure out what your face shape is first. And if you don't have any idea what your face shape is, then I can help you with that. But if you just Google face shapes on Google, you can kind of get an idea off of there. So when you are contouring, I always like to contour first and then highlight second. Reason being, the highlight, I kind of blend down into the contour, so if I have to clean anything up, if I get a little crazy with my contour, then I can. Okay, so I like to use Bronze Blush Scents for my contour, and I'm like almost out of it. But you can use a handful of different things. Like I said, I like the bronze. I also like the deep concealer. I have used our Shadow Scents, Mocha Java. You can use other concealers. Kind of a little key when using a contour, you don't want to go more than 3 shades darker for your contour of your skin. Now, I kind of break that rule a tiny bit, and I go quite a bit darker, but I like my contour to be very noticeable So when you're doing your contour, just keep that in mind. Especially if you're new to contour, I don't recommend doing something as dark as me, but to each his own. Okay, so the brush that I use for my contour is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush, the JH04. And I kind of just make a palette on my hand, and then I'll use the end and I'll dot it right up against where my jaw is connected. And when I blend it out, I'm going to blend it out in an upward motion. So I want the most of my color to be here, and then when I'm blending down, but I'm blending in an upward motion. So the least amount of my color should be down here. When you do that, it starts to kind of your face starts to take shape. You never want to go inside your laugh lines with your contour, because you don't want to look like you have a mustache. So you can already see this looks very round and this looks nice and structured and starting to get shape. So I go around my forehead. It ends up being like a 3 on your face. So I'm blending, and I'll blend this up into my hairline so I don't have like a weird spot of skin. But this kind of helps blend your face into your hairline. And then I do my jawline, and when I do my jawline, I kind of will blend it down into my neck. One, because I want my neck to match my face, but also when you contour this part of your face, it's going to help you get rid of that double chin. So you can already see that structured right there. Okay, so the same thing on the other side. And you can see a little bit goes a long way. Like, I've literally used this same little bit from this tube. Our colors are so pigmented, and they're not, like, the colors are so pigmented that you don't have to use a ton. And a little bit goes a long way. So, same thing on my jawline. Blending that down into my neck. And then my forehead. And I'm never dragging my brush. I'm just kind of lightly like patting it. Okay, last but not least, my nose. Again, if you have no idea where you're supposed to highlight or contour, or you do it like me and you're like, well, this doesn't look the same, it's okay. The beauty is in the blend. So just blend it until you feel like it's blended, and then keep blending. There are tons of different tools that you can use. You can look on Pinterest, you can look on Google, like I said earlier, and just kind of go from there. And if like you legit are just so confused and you can't figure it out, I will help you map your face. Okay, so I like to contour under my lip a tiny bit, just that helps with making my lips look a little bit fuller. Okay, so now that we have our contour done, really quickly, like I said, you can use depending on what shade you are, you can use our foundations, you can use our eyeshadows, you can use our blush scents, you can use our concealer, our deep concealer, you can use the deep tinted moisturizer. So we've got tons of products that you can use. And then like several of them you can get more than one use out of. Okay, so now I'm going in with the light concealer, and I'm doing it the exact same way I did my white concealer. This is just going to help brighten up my eyes a tiny bit more, and just kind of finish off my face. So I like to let my concealer sit just a second, and then I'll go in and blend it out, and I'm gonna use my finger to like kind of start to blend it out. And then I'll use my beauty blender to kind of like pack it in. And this is gonna blend that line, so it's not going to be super harsh line. And I'll kind of sometimes come down here and put a tiny bit of highlight down here. So when you are doing this, you're going to feel like your face looks like it's got a bunch of lines on it, like white and dark, and you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to think, oh my gosh, what have I done? It's okay. This makeup is so blendable. It's like you can't mess this up. Now, I can't say that for any other makeup, but this makeup, 100% you can. So now, if you are one that needs a little bit fuller of a concealer underneath your eye, I recommend our Candlelight or our Sandstone Pearl Shadow Sense. So I'm just taking this and blending this in with the blending bud, and I went down my nose, and I'm just going to take a tiny bit and go right up above my lip. So you can see it looks crazy not blended right now, but when I go to put my powder on, everything's going to blend super nicely together. If you're not one to use powder, then you can take your foundation brush and just kind of lightly pat over those lines, and that's going to help soften them out even more. So I'm just taking this brush, and just like that, all of those lines are softened, and you have a beautiful complexion. You've got your color correcting tinted moisturizer, and you've got your concealers, and voila, you have learned how to highlight and contour. You guys, this is super simple. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm always here to answer questions. If you need help mapping out your face, I can help you map out your face. If you're not sure of your face shape, I can help you do that too. So with that being said, I'm going to jump off of here. I hope you all have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.